What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. Oh, yeah. And Dr. Roto. Woo! Like that flicker. Yeah. Let's get to it. The Heat-tastic review of the week. Oh, yeah. Man, we had another cooking week, and we were this close to hitting even more and more money. But let's get right to it. If you haven't been over to Dr. Roto, get over there right now. Check out all of the articles. I just dropped the IDP Tiers podcast. Also, this podcast is going to be dropping too, and this doesn't go off. I'm also going to be covering another article at the end of this podcast. You'll have to wait and see who or what what's in store, because I picked a different guy this week, and so when you get that, you get the comparison. We're gonna get there, but let me just get right to it. Sorry about that. Kind of just was going all over the place, but I had Tyler Stevenson single -130. This dude hits a double, gets RBIs, and then doesn't get that single the rest of the game. He missed. He was our only miss this week. So it happens. Tyler Ward. At this point, I was like, man, why don't I just make a whole write up about Tyler's and stuff, right? Anyway, Tyler Ward, he was to get a hit, -220. He accomplished that goal for us. We win, right? So that's another unit for the team. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Rafael Devers, dude been smashing. So they gave him a +115, right? For a single. I'm like, oh. So yeah, that cash too. And then as a crazy play, because I was just feeling like, hey, whatever. I've got a great write up so far. All the cash bets look good, unless Stevenson, of course, went a little farther than we needed him to. That's fine. But Josh Bell, home run, +750. Smash! I hope all of you have been getting that and taking that and have been over that for the last 3 weeks, because that moved for the past 3 weeks. I was 10-2. I am now 13-3 over the past month for this article. That's like the 1999 Rams. Yeah. Woo! That puts me at 25-15 for the year for this article. I told you, sometimes baseball happens and you go through a few things. And that happened. I had an 0-4 week. I had that 1-3 week. The parlays do lose, and that's no excuse. I still offer them. But also, I try to tell you that, playing parlays is sometimes dangerous. You get one guy that might not hit, or especially for baseball, because if they go that whole game and they come in at the end of the game, they count that as a parlay. If they take a at bat, that's a parlay. So it's really hard to get that. So the fact that we were able to hit that, but what I loved even more was hitting that home run, because the minute Josh Bell hit that home run, the whole day was done. I already made the money. So I want to head over there. So, that was fun. So make sure you catch me again this Friday. Also, here it goes. You ready? I covered a running back comparison between Jaylen Samuels and Najee Harris in Pittsburgh. And this was covered by Derek Antoine. And at the same time, so I picked this because my wife's a Steeler fan. I watch a lot of Pittsburgh Steeler football living in Erie, Pennsylvania. So Derek Antoine set up the article really well. There was a lot of meat and potatoes to this one. So get ready to read a lot of different comparisons about this running back. Again, I'm not going to give out any spoilers for his article. You'll have to go to Dr. Roto and join to read this, because that's the only way you do true justice for this man's great work that he did. So here goes my spin. I will highlight a few things, noticing that he did mention that Najee Harris had 8 double-digit games as opposed to Warren's 5. However, Najee being the plotter, and at the same time, Jaylen being the third down back, the receiving back, it makes both of them kind of unique and simple. If you have a PPR league, I got Jaylen Warren late, and he ended up being a starter for me because he was so consistent. And then, if Najee got banged up a little bit, then he came out a couple plays and Warren's out there doing his magic. Because as brought up in this article, and anybody that watched the Steelers game saw that Samuels is just more explosive and more decisive with his running. And again, I want to say Derek highlighted that. He brought that up. He brought that, just check the game tape of how amazing that Warren looks over Harris. And it's true. If Harris wasn't there and they didn't invest the first round into Harris, I really do think that Warren would be the lead back. But you never know. Right now, you have two backs that are able to come in and play off of each other. So sometimes that's also a blessing in disguise. I also want to say that, of course, Najee Harris is the more consistent, but man, in that PPR league, in those couple of weeks that Jaylen Warren blew up, that was insane. And for me, that was somebody that was I was fighting to get back into the playoffs. I had a team that was just not showing up. I was losing to really bad teams, and they were coming back on me, and it just made no sense. But again, that's what happens in fantasy football. And this article was a great read. It was nice to see that somebody else saw that, because a lot of people will see that Warren is a lot more faster, decisive than Harris. And that's just more. So when he brought about it, he also talked about the yards per average and everything like that. So again, I want you to get over to Dr. Roto and read that article. And if I had one, all right, of course, Najee's going to go above Warren. But for me, I'm not in on Najee because Warren exists. So therefore, I'm not going to invest anything high on Najee. I will rather have Warren as maybe my third or fourth running back, fifth running back, if people are slipping on any time of league, because he can definitely step in any week and become a starter. All right, everybody, have a great week. And always remember to bring the pain. May the bets be with you. Yeah, take that hit. Josh Bell all day. Told it up to my boy Dave and Greg while we were walking around doing audits on Friday, and then it hit. That's how you do it. That's how you bring it. And that's why we do what we do at drroto.com. Now go.